Radio Marija flimkien ma' BirdLife Malta jistedinkom issegwu l-programm Naturali. Ftit minuti ta' tarif, kurzitajiet u aħbarijiet dwar in-natura kemm ta' pajjiżna kif ukoll tad-dinja. Jarislav Grokulek professur li jaħdem ma' OTOP li għaqda ambjentali Pollakka li taħdem għal ħarsin tal-asafar u n-natura. Riċentement kien hawn Malta fejn ħasem f'konferenza dwar it-tagħlim fil-beraħ tan-natura. Jason Alois jiltaqa' miegħu f'din il-konferenza u ħal opportunità biex jintervistah dwar in-natura fil-Polonja. L-intervista saret bl-Ingliż u wara li nisimgħuha jiena se nagħtikom spjegazzjoni ta' dak li ntqal bil-Malti.
So, Yaroslav, you come from OTOP, and how would you describe this organization and what activities is it involved in?
Mm-hmm. So, we are involved in several big conservation projects focused on globally threatened species. They are mainly LIFE and other European supported projects. But also some projects which then allow durability of such projects as agro-environmental schemes, so subsidies for farmers to work with some birds to support habitats for species which are breeding on farmland. Besides of this conservation work, OTOP makes a lot of educational work. So
with school children, for example?
With school children, it is why we are here, because we are taking part in this lifelong project, yes.
Okay, now many Maltese are visiting Poland, in fact, and are quite familiar with its main city, its culture, probably, but hardly ever experience its beautiful countryside. What can you tell us about it?
Yeah, Poland has a specific countryside. We are between two big former countries. I mean, former Soviet Union with quite specific collectivized agriculture with very huge fields, huge parcels, and specific approach to plant.
Which was the Soviet system.
Soviet system. Now it's Belarus and Ukraine, our neighbors. But from the other side, we have Germany, which Poland has a border with East Germany, which was also within a Soviet bloc. But in Poland, we have a farming system which retain old tradition, farming on very small farms, so which makes some problem with production, with economy. But anyway, it's donate a lot to biodiversity. We have a very good mosaic habitats in farmland, and it is now Poland holds important percentage of many threatened species.
And are forests widespread in Poland?
Yes, we have now 29% of area covered by forest, and our foresters are now trying to reach 30% target.
You also, very briefly, I want you to tell us something about that very, very special forest, which I think is at the border. It's a relic of, you know what, I cannot pronounce the name, but I leave it up to you.
Yeah, you of course, you mean Białowieża forest. This is one of the oldest, well-preserved lowland deciduous forests in Europe. It was not managed, some parts of the area was not managed since hundreds of years. and previously was protected as our king reserve. So it was preserved for a long time due to generations.
You cannot find any older forest than this one in Europe, I think.
Yeah, definitely.
That's why it's so
only
important.
some boreal forest, but they have other types.
Okay. And what types of animals, like large mammals, can be found in these various habitats which you've just mentioned to us?
So I will start from Białowieża forest, and one of the most emblematic big mammal species for Poland and for whole Europe is European bison. We have now in Poland more than 60% of whole lowland population of this species within Europe, and it's increased in number due to proper first conservation project and then proper protection. And now, since then, we have reintroduced from Białowieża forest this species to another places in Poland where they lived before. But also our bisons are source population to other reintroduction projects.
In Europe?
In Europe.
So, European countries?
Yeah, so for example, they were reintroduced to Germany, to France, and even to Spain, to Palencia
That's
area.
very interesting.
Yeah. So, but of course, bison, European bison, is not only mammal which is present in our forest and farmland. In fact, in recent decades, we have quite good increase of many mammal species, including big mammals like elk, red deer, and roe deer, but also predators like brown bear in mountains and wolf population, both on mountain but also in lowland areas.
And their conservation status is, again, positive like that of the bison, or are they decreasing?
No. I mentioned that, in fact, most of the species are increasing now.
What is leading to this increase?
Yeah, there is of course, set of several effects. First of all, is to setting up protection of some areas of some species. Sorry, for example, elk is European elk is protected. It's huntable species, but it is memorandum that for several years it will be protected in Poland, as well in Finland, for example. And since then, the population of this huntable species increased very well in Poland. And of course, it is also a change of attitude of both hunters. They want to admire this species and to have in future possibility to have
to hunt it
as well. And the same is with farmers, which don't treat the species like potential enemy or danger.
And what is the last question? What is the relationship between farmers, for example, and wolves? Because traditionally there has been lots of friction between the two.
Yeah, it changed, but because the farming system changed also. In Poland, the wolves were problematic mainly for sheep breeders, and as due to globalization problem in whole Europe, including Poland, the prices for wool and for sheep meal dropped enormously. Now sheep are not bred in lowlands, only in mountains. So in lowlands there is no potential conflict area for farmers and wolves, because cows are kept in sheds and there is no domestic animals which are outside. And in our forest there's enough wildlife, enough roe deer, which is the main prey for wolves. And so wolves are now feeding exclusively on the forest animals.
It's very encouraging from time to time to hear about these positive stories, because usually when we speak about the environment, it's always a problem. So, Jaroslav, thank you very much for this interview. It's been a great pleasure having you on our program, and I wish you every success with your work.
Thank you very much.
Kif smajna mela, OTOP jaqda ambjentali Pollakka li taħdem għal ħarsin tan-natura permezz ta' proġetti kbar għal konservazzjoni tal-ambjent u ta' annimali li jinsabu fil-periklu li jinqerdu. OTOP tmexxi wkoll skemi agroambjentali li jgħinu l-bdiewa jipproteġu l-asafar li jbejtu fl-artijiet tagħhom. Hija attiva wkoll fil-qasam tal-edukazzjoni ambjentali fost it-tfal tal-iskola. L-ambjent naturali, minkejja li l-Polonja kienet pajjiż komunist u imdawra pajjiżi li kienu parti mill-Unjoni Sovjetika, f'dan il-pajjiż ma nsibux dawk l-liqi enormi li kienu proprjetà tal-Istat u li tant tefgħu lin-natura lura. Al kontrarju fil-Polonja l-bidja baqgħet tradizzjonali u hi karatterizzata minn liqi żgħar. Għalkemm forsi jirendu inqas flus lis sidin tagħhom jiġbdu ħafna aktar natura lejhom u joħolqu bħal mużajk ta' ambjenti differenti. Fil-fatt, bost annimali li saru rari fl-Ewropa għadhom jinstabu fil-Polonja f'numri tajba. 29% tal-arti miksija bil-foresti u l-imsaġar. Qed jaħdmu wkoll il-persuni li jieħdu ħsieb dawn il-foresti biex il-persentaġġ jitla' għal 30%. L-aktar foresta magħrufa fil-Polonja u mad-dinja kollha jisimha Beloveskaja, l-uniku fdal fl-Ewropa tal-foresti tal-qedem li darba kienu jiksu l-kontinent. Is-siġar li jikbru fihom huma enormi. Irnexxilha salva għaliex għal mijiet ta' snin kienet proprjetà tal-familji rjali li kienu jikkaċċaw fiha. L-aktar mammiferu marbut mal-foresta Beloveskaja u l-buflu tal-Ewropa. Għal snin twal kien baqa' jinstab fiha biss. Iżda mbagħad żdied bis-saħħa ta' proġetti ta' konservazzjoni u protezzjoni stretta. Il-Polonja bħalissa għandha 60% tal-popolazzjoni dinjija tal-buflu tal-Ewropa u mill-merħliet Pollakki saru introduzzjonijiet ta' dan l-annimal kbir fil-Ġermanja, Franza u Spanja fost l-oħrajn. Il-qagħda ta' mammiferi oħra kbar ukoll tinsab tajba, speċjalment minħabba l-protezzjoni u r-rispett li jgawdu mill-Pollakki. Fost l-annimali li qegħdin jiżdiedu nsibu l-elk li jiċċerva akbar minn żiemel, ir-red u r-roe deer, l-ors kannella u l-lupu. Dawn jinstabu kemm fil-muntanji kif ukoll f'art aktar baxxa. Għalkemm l-elk kienet tiġi kkaċċjata u għadha meqjusa bħala annimal li jista' jiġi kkaċċjat, il-kaċċaturi Pollakki minn jeddhom iddeċidew li ma jibqgħux jaqbduha sakemm tiżdied sew fin-numru. Anke l-bdiewa bidlu l-attitudni tagħhom u m'għadhomx iqisu l-elk bħala teddida għall-għajxien tagħhom. Ir-relazzjoni bejn il-bdiewa u l-lupu wkoll li tajba. Minħabba tibdil li seħħ fl-ekonomija globali, il-meħliet tan-naċ naqsu u dawk li fadal qegħdin jitrabbew fil-magħluq jew fil-muntanji. L-pup jgħixu l-aktar fil-foresti fejn isibu biżżejjed xrif x'jaqbdu bħala priża u rari ferm iduru għan-naċ tar-raħala. Kollox ma kollox nistgħu ngħidu li fil-Polonja in-natura sejra tajjeb u ferm inkoraġġanti li tisma' bistejjer ta' dan it-tip fost il-ħafna problemi li l-ambjent qed jiffaċċja mad-dinja kollha. Radio Marija flimkien ma' BirdLife Malta għadu kif waslilkom il-programm Naturali. Kidba ta' Jason Aloisio u preżentazzjoni ta' Rosalba Ebejjer Katania.